Oh hey, and welcome to another vlog. And it's kind of hard to even know where to start with this. This might be a little bit easier to get into had I done a vlog last night, kind of detailing some stuff that was going on, because it seems like right now it's all just like a big pile with me at the bottom. Um, I don't know, just every so often I just have not a bad day, but like a bad week. It usually centers around work, um, and it seems like every day of this current week, which today being Monday means it's my Thursday. So since Friday, every day has been very trying. It's been very testing on my resolve, on my nerves. Just lots of it's usually a combination of being extremely busy and a lot of gripey people and complaining people and people who won't take no for an answer, people who just want to complain about Walmart policies and want to yell at you and be aggressive and just not much fun. And there's been a lot of that. And we're shorthanded / getting ready to get even more shorthanded with people leaving. And so found myself with a lot of the responsibilities of the job kind of piled right up here on top of my shoulders. But that's work. That's kind of typical. You know what I mean? It just comes in waves sometimes, and this was my week to get like crashed and dashed on the rocks, so to speak. So that's fine. I can deal with that. But then I felt like shit got a little more personal and real when I was faced with, once again, something that happens on way too many occasions. But an instance of, like, okay, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I'm probably, the way I talk and stuff, it's probably not necessarily, very tight and succinct and to the point. I talk when I have these opportunities, like when I'm sitting here in front of this camera and I have a chance to talk, I will talk. I can't just reduce what I have to say into little tiny bite-sized snippets, little sound bites. I don't like to do that. Some people do that. Some people, that's how they vlog. Some people, that's how they communicate with everybody. It's not me. I'm either very, very quiet or I don't shut up. But it seems like maybe that's annoying to people who I know, and including a lot of friends, because I could be talking to somebody at work. Two different kind of situations where this comes up. I can either be talking to somebody one-on-one, and while I'm in the middle of making a statement and expressing an idea or whatever, they're like, oh, hey, so-and-so, let's just blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, honestly, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? I was talking to you. Why am I so nothing to you at this moment right now? That you would just literally be like, I don't give a shit that Evan's talking to me. I think I'll just go look over here and start talking to somebody else, because their bullshit that they're going on about is more important. So, that's the thing that happened to me yesterday at work, right before I left to go home. So I was stewing about that a little bit when I got home. So the other situation that happens is, and this happened most recently, probably about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer. I'm sitting there at work once again, because 99.99% of my social interactions are at work, because nobody comes here and hangs out here and does things here. And that's not a slap in the face to anybody who watches this who's a personal friend. It's just that it's the way that it is. But when I'm at work, this particular incident I was talking about, I was talking to someone, my department manager. We were having a conversation about whatever. I don't remember what it was about. I just remember that out of the corner of my eye, I catch sight of another person that works in their area who is Mr. Talks a Lot, has something to say about everything. I mean, literally everything. Politics, sports, religion, work, friendships, relationships. I'm like, why did God bless you with all of that kind of stuff? That you have something to say about everything and all, and people like me can barely utter a peep. But I see him out of the corner of my eye coming back from his break, and like he's literally making his way through by our soft lines area around the jewelry counter and approaching our area with like a beeline on my department manager to just be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, I was looking at my department manager talking, mouth was moving, sound was coming out, and he just walks right up and starts talking to him like I'm not even fucking there. And once again, bing, why? Why do you have to disrespect somebody like that? I just fucking got up and walked out of there and just left. I was like, hey, you know what? I wasn't talking or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe that's frivolous? Is it stupid? Is it stupid to feel that way? Should I really turn the other cheek? Should I brush it off? Should I get over it? I don't know. Man, how many times are you supposed to be expected to get over stuff that happens to you all the time? And I'm not kidding about it. It's not happening, every minute on the minute, 24 hours a day, but it happens almost every day. I can almost give an example of it. If I wanted to delve into it in these vlogs, I could be making vlogs left and right about these kinds of instances. I'm not paranoid. I'm not some sort of a psycho or anything like that. I just know that it happens all the time. But anyway, so that's a thing. So I left work yesterday and I came home, and like I said, I stewed over it a little bit. I thought about it, and I thought about sitting down and doing a vlog, and I decided to just kind of let it go, watch some YouTube, have dinner, fall asleep on the couch, get up, fuck around with the computer. Internet decided to be weird last night. Watched the live stream. Was playing hide and seek at about 1:30 in the morning, and then by 2 o'clock I was finally crawling into bed. And in a way, I guess I was proud of myself a little bit that I didn't do the vlog thing and didn't whine about it in a video. And I was like, I just get over it, and try to move on. Well, today, actually, not even today. I don't want to get out of the order of how I wanted to talk about these things, but today work was a little bit better. But it was busy, and once again I had a lot of projects on my shoulders, and that was rough. And then I was getting some information about something I'll talk about here in a minute, but I kind of felt like I got through the day a little bit better. It's not to say that there aren't stresses and things right now that are mounting on me. There are a lot of things right now that it's kind of hard to even really talk about, because why talk about it? Why bring it up to somebody when no one's going to be able to help or do something about issues that I have in my life. I'm seeing a lot. Okay, I am gonna get this a little bit out of order, I guess, but Robin Williams passed away today, and that's been kind of a hard thing for me, because like for a lot of other people, I grew up with Robin Williams. I remember him from Mork and Mindy. I remember him from countless movies. I'm going to do something very cliche in the next few days, but I'm going to probably make like a top 5 or top 10 Robin Williams movie list. Just sit down and do a video and talk about it. Maybe I might even dust off some of my Robin Williams movies and watch a few just to, take a stroll down memory lane. But like so many other people, I love this stuff. He made me laugh. He made me think. He did serious roles and then totally crazy, outrageous, funny roles and things that hovered in between. And, I loved his stuff, his stand-up stuff, his everything. I discovered today that he did some commercials for Nintendo in the last couple of years. And then he named his daughter Zelda after Zelda from The Legend of Zelda. Like, I had absolutely no idea about that. But the thing about his death that also affects me, that has a major effect, is that, I had always known that he dealt with things like depression and whatnot, but that was what it was. Right now they're all saying apparent suicide and yada yada yada, but if they thought that this was a homicide, I'm sure that's what would be reported. If they thought that he just had a heart attack and passed away, the reports would sway towards that. The reports are swaying that he took his own life and that he'd been dealing with a lot of depression here lately, and that's what has an even more profound effect on me, because I'm dealing with depression all the time. And I can sit here and say right now to this camera very, very, very seriously, I don't think about suicide. I will admit that I've thought about, the benefits for me of not being here, but it doesn't mean that I want to kill myself. It just means that I don't want to have to deal with the problems that I'm dealing with anymore. I'd love to be free of it all, but I would never take my own life. And that's no disrespect towards Robin Williams. It's sad that he would take his own life, but I'm not going to be one of those people who says, it's such a horrible thing that this guy is getting all this press and media coverage, and social media coverage, and all these weeping people, pining over the loss of this guy who took his own life. I'm not one of those people. I'm just saying I would never do it. And things must have been pretty awful in his life, just like everybody who kills themselves. Things must be super horrible in their lives to take the ultimate way out at your own hand. It's just scary and it's sad, like I said, I'm not going to end up in that boat. But I can relate to dealing with depression and stuff. And I'm no Robin Williams, but when I'm around, this is something that's kind of interesting, I guess, if you think about it. It's interesting for me anyway. But when I'm around people that I am comfortable with, my friends and family members and whatnot, my daughter, I can have that side of me that comes out. And I've often said I don't know which part of me is the real part. This guy who just, struggles to express himself. The one who's quiet, the one who's withdrawn, the one who's depressed, who has the anxiety issues, the one who's lost and lonely. I don't know if that's me or if that face that I show the people that I'm closest to, my friends and whatnot. The one that is a cut-up, the one that's a goof-off, the one that makes jokes and voices and impressions, the one that gets hyperactive sometimes. I don't know which one's the real me. It's been said today on things I've read that Robin Williams, I guess, went on record as saying that he dealt with a lot of his depression and a lot of his issues by doing the funny thing, being funny, doing jokes, that he lived off of and thrived off of people's laughter. So I wonder if maybe that's merely just a coping mechanism, as opposed to say that being who you are. I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm the right person to try to, you know, be a couch psychologist or something like that, but I'm just trying to decipher things as they relate to me. Robin Williams was an amazing actor, amazing comedian, made me laugh, you know, entertained me through so many movies, so many amazing movies from over the years. And like I said, I'm going to keep the talk about that to a video all its own, but I hope wherever you are right now, Robin, you've got some peace. And I hope that all of those out here whose lives you've touched can take away something in this, that your death will not be in vain. A lot of people on Facebook have been, doling out the message about talk to people. If you have depression and stuff, talk to people, get help, call the suicide hotlines if you're feeling that way. But also the message to those people who aren't depressed and aren't dealing with it, but who think you may have a family member or a friend or a loved one who is. Talk to them. Tell them you love them. Give them a hug. Send them a message. Whatever you need to do. Just let them know that they're not alone. It's what a lot of us out there really, really wish that other people would realize about us. We just don't want to be alone. I don't think there's anybody out there who really, truly wants to be alone. And that kind of leads me into the one last thing that I wanted to say. This is a message to somebody who at least I know used to watch my videos. I don't know what your situation is right now, man, but you're not alone either. I know that something has happened recently. You're not my friend on Facebook anymore. I know that you don't have your job anymore. And I've heard rumors, and I know how much stock to place in rumors, but whatever happened, I won't judge you, because you know that I love you, man. You're my friend. We have a bond that you've got to know will always be there, and no matter what's gone on, I'll never judge you for anything. I'm always here for you. If you can't talk about it, I understand it. And I hope that you still see this because I'm not going to push it anymore on Facebook. But I want you to know that I'm here for you if you just need someone to talk to. Because like I said, you mean a lot to me. And I don't have a lot of friends left out there that still really mean a lot to me. And who I feel that I mean a lot to them. But you're one of them. So, like I said, if you see this and you need anything, just let me know. And no matter what's going on, man, I'm still your friend. So, anyway, guys, that was a long vlog. And I'm going to go. So, see you next time.